All right. Okay. I think we're all set here. Where are we going? Where are we at? Oh, I went the wrong way, I think. It doesn't matter. It's fine. We can go from this direction. There we are. Okay. Let's get closer. All right. It's fine. There we go. All right. Oh no. What am I doing? Hello? Hello? What are we doing here? Is there a reason? There we go. I don't know why it was not letting me tap me out for some reason. All right, so I think that's it we need. That kind of gets across the point. All that's covered. All right, let's knock that off the list. Now I need to tab out, lol. Okay, there we go. That's one on down. I could have swore I had this, but I could not find it. So let's get another shot. There we go. There we go. Okay. Unfortunately, we can't really get a good shot of the... Can't get a good shot of down here, unfortunately. Hey, Sunny girl, how you doing? Girly, you want to go over here? I can give you some love here. Here. Sorry, Chet. Doggo's being my assist trophy right now. Down. Down. Sorry about that. She's... Hey. I did not give you permission to lick that. You can't be licking that, okay? All right, okay, back to it. Looking down for... Okay, Ainsel River Well. Again, I thought I had a shot of this too, but you know what? What do I really have shots of that I know? Yeah, this is regular. Okay, this is the depths, gotcha. Like, this should be pretty straightforward, I would think. All right. There we go. Uh-huh. There we are. I don't think it's gonna work either, but yeah, no. But maybe. Nah. Maybe. Wait. Yeah, I can make that work. There we go. This works. This will do. All right, so we'll take that. All right, so that will leave corpse in front of Fort of Reprimand. Yeah, let's get that. Ooh, want to play with me too, girly? Perfect. All right, let's go here. There we are. So to find the corpse, we want to go over here. Oh. All right. Doing this with one hand while playing tug of war with the other is an experience, chat. Oh. Wait. Sonny, I might need my second hand. Okay. So there we go. Oh. Girly, you can't jump on my lap for this. I know. Oh god. She's a menace. She is my menace, that's for sure. Sorry, they say, chat, it's a little hard when you have to multitask with a pupper who's in full play mode. All right, we'll do that. I think that's fine. I don't think we need one from this angle. I think we're good the other way. Yeah, that covers it, I'm pretty sure. I think that one we can cross off. Ow! There we are. Okay. We want to go to Shadowkeep. And specifically, our destination first floor. so it's a corpse here? Yeah. Okay. Sir. 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 Sir, I would appreciate it if you... Thank you. That's okay. Like that one too. There we are. All right, so I think that one's also knocked off the list. Main gate defenses. Again, this is something where I could have swore we had shots of this. I've been through that place and complained about it enough times. Yep. Sonny, no toes. You cannot have my toes. Your little toy, fine. My toes, that's a no-no. Oh, we need to go back to daytime, though. Actually, it still looks daytime here right now, so that's fine. There we go. I want to see if I can get the soldiers to spawn in. Yeah, but there we go. That's more like it. There we go. There we are. Uh-huh. All right. With that like evening sky, that looks good. There we go. Perfect, perfect. Then I have a shot of you, so we're good. Actually, I think I might like this angle better than the others I've taken. Lighting's not that cooperative. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go. There we go. And now for the main event. All those 2 fingers. All those towers. Let's start with the most relevant, which is the Kayla Tower, because I want other shots related to it. Oh, I don't think I've gone to the top of the tower in this one. I forget how you even get to the top. Is it just this way? Oh. Doors. Yeah, I do not remember this. Cool. All right. I can't remember if I opened the shortcut on this character or not. I want to say I probably have. No, I have not. Cool. There we go. Okay. I don't think I really want to grab this one, but just in case, you know. All right. All right, then I guess it is time. Let's just get a shot of you to say we have it. But no one say I did not get shots of this. Okay, yep, okay. This should not affect anything. We go up this way. There you are. Okay, cool. There we go. There we are. Let's get some shots there. Screenshots, like the goal of every stream, Night Scout. The goal is screenshots. We want our screens. All right, there we go. It burns. It burns. All right, just a few of those. All right. So that's covered. Next up, Limgrave. There we go. Nope. That's right, no Tauren here. Okay, fine. Yeah, here we go. There we go. I forget, can we change? Yeah, we can. All right. All right. There we go. All right. Uh-huh. Screenshots of what? You can see it. Look at what we got here. We got these beautiful towers. All right, let's see now. A little closer. There we go. All right. Let's see, move there. Let's see. I think that's all the angles I'd want with the door there. For completionist sake, let's get this one. Huh. Didn't realize they had it missing there, you know? Amazing the things you discover. All right, you go. Let's do this actually, so we can get all the flames. There you go. I love cheating. All right. We take these shots in case I ever feel I screwed up. All right. There we go. All right, I've got all the shots I think I could possibly want for stupid Limgrave Tower here. All right. All right. All right, that's 2. Ronnie, we could skip. Right card, we shouldn't. Pretty sure we've killed right card on this character, so I think it's also safe to do sealed tunnel because we have several characters in Altus now, so I don't care as much if we dispel the seals. All right, moving this way. Oh, that's so funny. Something to help you find room. Oh, God. Miyazaki can definitely get a good laugh out of me. Okay, so I'm not crazy. It is. We're just not. Huh? Huh? Why that specific angle? I I don't get you, game. Well, all right. Grace, but God, the little in-jokes are getting a little ridiculous, you know? Uh-huh. Oh, for a second. The corner of my eye, that was Grace. I was... Yeah, this is fine. There we go. There we go. There we go. Mod might be messing it up. Yeah, it could be. Maybe the ladder was just glitching because of the ×5 speed. I haven't had that with other ladders, so it's very peculiar. Let's see. Sure. There we go. There we go. I wonder if we should include the Divine Towers and Astrologists, just because of the big emphasis on meteors. I might add that in there. It would also justify us putting it further back, because these towers seem to be at least among the earliest structures we see from civilizations outside FA. Though again, can't always be sure the exact order at this point, for me at least. So we have all that there. Hey, Nick. Yeah, enjoy your nap, Nick. I get you. Going there. Up here. Yeah, there's just the tower. Look, there's more beneath it. Okay, yeah, down here you can see a little bit more extended, but it's the same. This is the same assets you see in like crystal tunnels and stuff. Right. All right, yeah, I feel it's worth including I think it's worth including the Divine Towers and mention in here as far as astrology, because at the very least it's people who are interested in the stars to some extent. And I can always separate it out into its own analysis in case we ever learn something significantly more about the peoples and culture. That's always possible. All right. Like I said, we have other characters we can Oh, I've never noticed. We actually have proper greenery here. A rare thing on Altus. There we go. There we go. Hey Narugan, welcome to the chat. Sorry, I had you guys blocked halfway, so let me read your stuff in full. Divine Towers probably go all the way back to Rao, considering they made with Rao's architect. I'm pretty sure Divine Towers predate Rao. Hey Loki, recently found you and your stuff and have been loving it. We'll be getting myself Abyssal Archive later in the year as a treat. Awesome! I'm glad that you've enjoyed my content. Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff with the website that you can read through and everything. I was actually talking to Smotown earlier because he's doing a thing on the deep and stuff, and he really wanted to use my my content to help research and reference. I was like, oh yeah, sure, yeah, I'll give you all the links you want. I'll answer whatever questions. Like, I'm so happy, right? I'm glad when people you know, find my stuff and then, you know, actually read it. As long as they're getting a kick out of it. Also, I just found out that Lario from Hunter x Hunter's initial design was directly based on Max Steiner's silly little self-portrait. I thought you would appreciate that. I have actually not seen Hunter x Hunter, I will admit. I've actually seen a little bit of the original Hunter x Hunter anime from, I think it was back in the 90s now, right? So I have seen a little bit of the OG adaptation, not the new one at all. But I never was able to watch too much of it. So I actually am not too familiar with Hunter x Hunter. Now there's a little bit of greenery you can see. Like there's like these green, like weedy grass things. Like there's a little bit of green on Altus, but yeah, it's very limited, right? Like obviously most of the goldening from the Erd tree seems to not affect like flowers and stuff. Like that stuff seems to be pretty resilient, but most plant life does get affected. And then like when we get to Gelmir, we start seeing a weakening effect on the grasses specifically. Here though, we see the opposite, where the grasses still seem to have it strong, but the actual plants here are the green bush types, which I find very interesting in its own way. I'm going to be doing it here just so we can make our lives easier. Look. There we go. Hey Bonk, good to see you in the chat. Yeah guys, I haven't been able to stream at this hour for a while, so if you're new here and stuff, well, welcome on in. Sorry I've not been accommodating your hours often. It can be very tough when you have this pupper. Thankfully she's being very calm lately. I'll be honest, she's having the most chill heat cycle I've ever had. Like she can be a menace, but she's actually being less of a menace than usual. It's a little weird. So now that we seem to be past the bleeding phase, I'm thinking it might be smooth sailing. Still sucks I can't take her anywhere. That's honestly the thing that pisses me off the most about this entire thing. All right. And now we do this. All right, so cool, we got all that done. So our work here will now be currently bitch watching your DS1 lore play. Just wanted to get the falling off my chest. If Miyazaki made platformers, he'd be jobless and he would deserve it. Yeah, From Software's forays into platforming for a non-platforming game were quite something, weren't they? Now we have actual proper jump. I stand by it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Bed of Chaos would be a great boss fight if we had Elden Ring jump mechanics. That is the sole reason that fight is so ass. You probably clean up the hitboxes too, but that's like a given. Like bad hitboxes just shouldn't exist. They are a crime against humanity. I'm pretty sure they're against the Geneva Convention. Ooh, I like this. Yeah, this will do. Okay, I think it's enough shots of. Wait, before I say that. No, the door opens the other way, so it doesn't matter then. Okay. Yeah, and if I want to, I could just get a shot from this angle if I want close up. In fact, let's do one right now just so I can say I have it. Or from like something like this angle. Let's do this because this might be. You are being so silly, doggo. All right, let's go. All right, it's all done. Divine Tower of West Altus. Da, da, da. Okay. Oh! I have not killed Rykard. Well, Chad, I think we might have a bit of a situation here. All right, let's double check. Have I, on my sorcerer, in my sorcerer build, have I gone to the tower? I've gone inside the tower. But have I gotten the Great Rune? Yeah, I have. Okay, damn. All right, well, I guess we gotta kill Rykard, chat. Yeah, let's just do it on our boy here. There we go. Because it's you. Like I said, we're skipping you. We'll kill Fell Twins. And then final one would be you. I might skip Melania because obviously I haven't defeated her even yet in any of my characters. I might make one of my, I don't know which one it would be, because I'm not sure if I'd want to ever try to fight her legit. Like, obviously I don't care too much about Melania, so I could just kind of skip it either way. But for either my incantation build or my sorcerer build, I could see myself maybe wanting to keep her alive to try a legit run sometime in the future. All right, let's see. Oriza, Forbidden Lands. Yeah, let's go straight to Morgoth and Moog. Get them out of the way. There we go. All right, there we go. All right. You have no idea if these should be lit either, too, or if they're just like, you know, screwing with us. Oh. Okay, I want to see if I can get us to pause before we get into this fight. Ah, damn, it literally, okay. It did like a little animation thing. This time I didn't. Let me back away a little. Might just be I'm too close so they don't trigger it. There we go. There we go. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Should probably mention that even Morgoth's own guys don't get special treatment here. All right. There we go. All right. All right, bring us back. Oh, whoopsie. I just realized the BGM is gone. Oh no. Whatever will I do, chat? Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's just go do it back from the start. I'm pretty sure the guy respawns, or he doesn't even despawn or whatever. Yeah. He's basically still here. Okay. Oh, no fire at all here, it seems like. Okay, so... What is with these towers? For the Golden Lineage members in reigning. Is Godfrey crying? There we go. What is that? Could you explain real quick? I'm using a camera mod essentially to take screenshots for the game for my articles. Check the link in the description to my website. I could just so barely see me there. All right. Perfect. Oh, the dog's just biting her bone. Okay, that's fine. As long as she's behaving, I don't care. A behaving dog makes me a happy camper. All right, let's go inside. Wait, 1 second. Can't even really see it if we're being honest, so... There we go. All right, cool. All right. We're going up, 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 and away. There we go. Up. Sonny, what's the matter? What is it? You're chewing your bone all happy like. What are you doing? You're not trapped in your cage or anything. You walked in there with the door open. Oh. Why the hell would they put one of these here? Oh yes, this one I think is kind of weird. That's like a... There we go. Be a little bit of an angle there. Quick DS question, as long as you don't mind. Is there any ever any notion of how souls are exchanged when used as currency? I imagine people just wait 1 second, chat. Sorry about that. Dog found a paper. I was like, why the hell are you chewing a paper? God, she's too much. Anyway, to go back to your question, there is this notion of you being able to basically like take a soul out of your body, similar to a pyromancy flame, right? So it seems to be just kind of a something that you can kind of like store inside of you and then, you know, retrieve out of your like fourth dimensional pocket, essentially, right? So there does seem to be that kind of idea that you could kind of just brandish or take them out as long as you are aware of what souls are, that they exist and stuff like that, right? For most people in the world, they probably don't, you know, are generally familiar with this, but with undead and stuff, like, you know, you kind of have to get quickly familiar for it out of necessity. Now let's see. You have to visit up here twice if you didn't beat Morgott and Moog in one go. The grace is probably, yeah, that, okay, that makes sense, yeah. But again, you still have one down there. It's not like that big of a travel time if you go from the bottom of the tower up. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, it's not like something they go into a lot of detail about, you know. At some point, they're kind of like, you know, it's just like magical little currency stuff that you can kind of just take out whenever. So metaphysical start slinging, got it. All right. Oh my, Sonny, where did you get that? She found a piece of paper. Oh my God, she's such a silly doggo. She is such a little goober. Hey, no, you are not getting that out of the trash. Don't you dare think about it. That's right. That's right. You go. Oh my God. Oh, wait, she does have something in her mouth, though. Let me double check what that is. 1 second. She is going to be the death of me, I swear. Elden Ring sure likes its redundant graces. That is true. DS3 also kind of slipped into this a little bit, where they kind of were a little too liberal with graces at some point, right? Because they were like, oh no, every boss fight needs to have a bonfire at the end, even when there's a bonfire like 2 feet away from it. So I think it's partially just them wanting to, you know, go overboard with convenience features. Yeah, okay. I think I got all the relevant angles I would want for this thing. Yeah, like I can't think of an angle that would work this way. Oh, whoopsie. I like how even the crystal effect here on the Moogs is red. You see? I do like that. All right. Make the great runes overlap? I mean, sure, but I don't see what the point would be. Like, close I can get. They're blocked otherwise. Maybe from here. I really tried. There. Lol. There we go. Like, yeah, I'm not getting anything better than this. Moog seems both red and black. Well, yeah, because, like, you know, blood has like a red and a little bit of shadowy, darker red to it. Uh-oh. I think Doggo's like, hey, let me out now, Buster. If you're not gonna let me chew up all your stuff, let me go chew up something outside. All right, like I said, let's do right card real quick. I do not remember if this is the grace before. Oh, it is. Okay. Yes, I hear you. I wish there's a way to do it without having the item effect be here, but whatever. It is what it is. There we go. Right. Oh boy. Oh boy. I hear you. I hear you. Don't worry. You're going to get more attention. There we go. All right. In the future, I can dress myself as my sorcerer and take a shot of us grabbing the animation. Maybe try to grab it just before, you know. All right, we all know how this is gonna work. All right. Oh. I guess I ran out of FP. Oh. Here we go. All right. All right. All right, thanks, Greater Will. Ba 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 ba. And this one, see, they put a grace point here. I just don't get it. Like, why put the grace point there? If you have it right outside anyway. Guys, look, our Coliseum. It's so low poly. it looks like shit. Damn, I really should give Elden Ring a some point. Yeah, spoilers. All right, so all right, let's sure, we'll make this one the side profile, I think. All right. There we go. Thank you. She's calmed down. She's like, fine, fine. I can't whine my way to it. All right. It's almost like the grace is there for the scenic view. Yeah, sometimes it definitely would feel that way. All right. All right, guys, we did it. We got all the most relevant ones. Again, Melania. One day, I'm sure. Maybe it'll be this character. I'll go all the way through the Haley tree, kill Melania while her AI's off. You know, the only proper way to be Melania, obviously. And then get a shot of the tower here, because I've never gotten that one. I don't remember if we ever got one of Ronnie with the Rune of Death. We'll do that when we do Godwin, though. Limgrave, though. This one. Yeah, we got all the other... Again, we got most of the other big ones. It gets the point across. I only need so many, so... Hey, Macaroni. Good to see you in the chat. Da-da. Yeah, I see you, Sonny. Don't worry. I got a chat on one side and a dog on the other. All right, so I think that covers the last stuff we needed for the shattering. Let me give one last look through here, make sure there's nothing I wanted to get. I was always missing your lives, but today I made that. Yeah, so again, guys, I know I haven't been doing these midday streams in a while. Apologies, it's just, especially with the dog and everything, it's become especially difficult. Even before that, it's just there was so much work I was trying to front load and stuff. But today I can afford to do it a little earlier than usual. What race is your dog? Her breed is a golden retriever, purebred. My last 3 puppers have been golden, so I've been very blessed. Though this one, I've never had them this young, and this one is an absolute hellion. She's starting to chill out, but it seems to... I'm assuming it's just going to be because of the heat. I don't know what, because I was expecting her heat cycle to make her go crazy, but she's actually relatively more calm. I'm so looking forward to be able to take her on walks and stuff, though, again, and take her to doggy parks and things. She doesn't have the roundworms anymore. Her heat's gonna be done. I also want to take her swimming and stuff. I want to see her go to a doggy pool or the beach or something, so... I don't suppose there's any instances where the Rune of the Unborn is shown. Not to my memory. I'm pretty sure you already just added to your inventory. I don't think it's shown inside the Amber Egg, really. And there's obviously no Divine Tower associated with it. Yeah, I showed people to the stream. Otherwise, I'll bring it up again for that. This is basically what we got as far as rooms. The only one... Oh, she's giving me her toy again to... All right, fine. We'll do Tug of War again, you crazy dog. Do I have it here? Yeah, I do. Okay, cool. I'll make things easier. There we go. Sorry, chat. And now we have this. The things I do. Okay, so as far as runes are concerned, we only have a menu graphic for this one. All of these we obviously see in their respective Divine Tower. And then Miquella's we only get to see through the DLC. And then there's the Shattered version, so... Unfortunately, we never get Ronnie's, though I assume Ronnie's probably follows the same pattern that all these others seem to go. So we have pre-Radagon, post-Radagon / Radagon the Hero, and then Radagon the Elden Lord. So interesting split we got here. You also can make a case that this is inner order, because it's, you know, within the kept within the family, within himself. And then there's outer order, which was when he was, of course, you know, married to Renala and having the children separately. So there's an interesting little kind of idea of, like, you know, laws of regression and causality here. Maybe it had an associated divine tower. I don't think so. Again, I go over this in the shattering. It seems like the divine towers, the reason they're with the fingers, the reason they exist, is because this is part of this is the evidence of the greater will forsaking them. All the blessings from the runes have been deprived, and for all those who were in the lands between at the time. Mikola obviously wasn't. He was going into other dimensions and stuff like that, so his rune never got its blessing removed. Renala's obviously not involved with the shattering whatsoever, so she never did so. Ronnie's abandoned hers somewhere, some point, what have you, so for all we know, she didn't even have hers at the time, so the greater will demon probably consider her even, like, in the running. So all of that kind of combined, it's like, okay, yeah. They only really took the great runes of those who were immediately relevant in the Shattering War, who was actually actively trying to compete. And then we do that. Ronnie's might have been all the rune arcs. That doesn't make sense because the rune arcs are in so many pieces and they're everywhere split, even among rats and things that have been picked out. So that doesn't really make sense. It makes more sense that they spread, much like how the Shadow Tree fragments spread far and wide, and the larger fragments stayed closer to the base of the Erd Tree, much like what we see with the fragments at the Shadow Tree. So, would Mikola's rune be affected in any way by Saint Trina? It might have. We see a pinkishness to it. I remember Xavier mentioning last time, which is consistent with Mikola's brainwashing stuff. So whether or not you consider that pinkishness potentially related to Trina or not, I guess that depends on when you think Trina existed or at what point you think Trina's powers are connected to Mikola's brainwashing stuff. Would Mikola's rune be affected? Oh yeah, I already read that. Okay, so anyway, looking at what we have here, it's a cool little, like, detail. I don't know how relevant it is beyond the fact that, you know, the central runes would obviously be very relevant to the priesthood and Godric/Godofwa in terms of being, like, the center of power, the foundation, all that stuff. So I don't know if there's anything where it's like, oh, wow, I really wanted a rune that's oriented to the right side of the right. So I think this might more be for thematic purposes than, you know, those nice little coinky-dinks type of thing in universe. Go get it, Sonny. Go get it. She's staring at me like, what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Anyway, so we have that. Going there. Night Scout, the rune arc is identified as the bottom, the actual, you know, arc at the bottom we see of the Elden Ring. It's that large curvature. It's the thing that's, you know, there to collect all the blessings at the bottom and stuff like that. And they make a point of how it's scattered when the Elden Ring was broken and stuff like that. Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, we got the banner flags. We got that. We have all the little vignettes with the soldiers and stuff. We have this, I think I'm going to keep the analysis I have as it is currently, but when we do Mesmers, we're going to have to shift it around because I'll be talking about these things in relation to the specimen storehouse laboratory. So yeah, some stuff is gonna actually get shorter there in the future. We don't need to talk about details about anything here in the battles. Kristoff stuff we're also going to be vague about because it's in Godric. Nothing we need for the doors and the walls there. We have the nobles over going that way. We have trolls. We have Morgott, him fighting, him with his cane and stuff like that. We have him with his sword and fighting with the blood flame. We have him when he's doing the coughing stuff. We have the Fell Twins and all the different things that they do with, well, specifically the Morgott Fell Twin does with the various curse stuff, including when he's got it enchanted. We've got all the conscripted citizens and their various locations and stuff that they're doing. We have Yeah, all the ones dead inside the headquarters area. We have the perfumers in the headquarters area. Maybe you want to get a shot of, let's go. Maybe you want to get a shot of it being like it's kind of like an establishing shot of them using it that way. Hey, no, Bray. Not gonna lie, Ronnie's room being engraved on moon sounds bogus to me. I haven't seen a detailed thing on that one before. I would not. Yeah, here's what I think about what happened to Ronnie's rune. I think the Tarnished collected it. I think when you have like Rogier and Gideon and folks all heading to Caria Manor and stuff, I think they probably were all the Tarnished were investigating around there before the Lyrian Civil War broke out, and they figured out, you know, through some, you know, talking to like Celavis and peeps, where to find Ronnie's rune. They found Ronnie's rune, they collected it, they went on their way, they found some other great rune, this one's still unaccounted for, but they found a second great rune and they brought it to the Two Fingers, and at some point somewhere down the line, either Gideon or whoever ended up discovering the truth regarding Marika and Radigan, the lead up to that prevented, and then things went kind of haywire with the Frenzy Flame and possibly the Giant Flame, depending on what happened exactly to what's his face, Bernal's maiden. But basically, they attempted to burn the Erd Tree. It didn't work because, you know, destined death and all that stuff. And then Morgoth got really pissed and kicked them all out. And then whatever happened, who knows what happened to those great runes? Maybe Morgoth destroyed them. Maybe they were lost. Like God knows. But basically, they were no longer in the. They were no longer relevant for the purposes of the Tarnished mission. Now, Ronnie claimed a rune because everyone in Morgoth's alliance is a demigod competing for the Elden Lord title. So again, Ronnie, this is the irony about Morgoth's alliance for all the shard bearers, right? It's that like it was basically just like maybe Godric, right, and Radon, who were 100% fully like trying to legitimately just take take their shard and use it to try to claim becoming Elden Lord and make their case. Everyone else was seemingly either had been part of the conspiracy or were otherwise having their own goals that had nothing to do with becoming Elden Lord. Like, obviously, Rykard with his blasphemy. Ronnie obviously has zero interest in actually becoming a lord or a god or anything. Miquella's, of course, interested in becoming god, not a lord. Melania just does whatever Miquella wants, so... Like, it's one of those cases where... It's like there were more traitors than actual realistic allies. Okay, yeah, we have all this stuff here for the Misbegotten. We have the stray dogs. Let's get it. I think I might be able to get a better shot. Let's do it from this rampart. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm not too sure about the specifics when it comes to the Bernal and what's the face, Vike stuff. Like, I don't know what the exact order of events were with them. Again, maybe when I get to if we ever do a thing on the actual like original Tarnished mission before we show up, I'll cover it more. Okay. Really? Seriously? There we go. Oh my god, you guys are making my life so much harder. There we go. Radon seems like the spoiled youngest of the family who starts fights with everyone. In fairness, I think Rykard egged him on. But yes, it's very clear that Radon was clearly trying to be legitimately helping out and be diplomatic and all that stuff. But obviously things took too long. And so with a little prodding, they were like, hey, listen, if you just kind of, you know, took it all or whatever, maybe then the Erd Tree would acknowledge you. You know, they're waiting for someone to prove themselves in battle and take everything by force, you know? Be like Godfrey. That's how Godfrey became Lord. He took things by force, right? So that's clearly what you got to do. So I do think that there was yeah. Overall, I think the politics of the Shattering is interesting than the Shattering itself, because the war is kind of underwhelming, admittedly. Like it's not the most exciting conflict. Okay, we're gonna go from this angle. All right. All right, let's see. Okay. Of course. Let's get a little higher. Guys, load it. There we go. Oh my god. You people! You hate loading! Yeah, I think this will work. Oh. Oh my god, that screwed it up. Still, I accidentally hit print screen. Wrong button. Why they gotta be next to each other? Yeah, I think I like this shot better. There we go. Yeah. I like this shot better. Because originally I was using one of these, but it's very similar to another shot that I did, right? Like this, something like this angle. And it's more, this focus is more on America's bedroom than the cathedral, right? As the gatekeeper here. So this, I think is better capturing the situation that I want to, more the vibe of what I want to go for. All right. Let's see. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I can get a shot where this and these are both loaded in. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just the low poly stuff. Unfortunate. Elden Ring is so pretty. It is a pretty game. Again, I do like that they went the colorful direction compared to, say, something like Dark Souls or Demon Souls or even Bloodborne, right? I do like they went for a more colorful vibe for this game. I think it helps give it its own identity compared to other in the FromSoft lineup, while still very much feeling in line with, you know, their art style that they've developed. All right, so we have that. The stuff in the fortified manor is covered. Stuff in the lower quarter is covered. Upper quarter is covered. Pagan quarter, as we already said, was covered. So yeah, all of that's covered. Wall. We got the camp there. I'm moving the Godric stuff from there to here. Don't need that. This stuff will go in Godwin. Same thing with some of the Dominula stuff, so we don't need to focus on that. This is all stuff relevant for Gelmir. Shaded Castle is relevant for Melania. Obviously all Gelmir stuff. This is stuff relevant for Godric. We mentioned some of the stuff in Radigan's Reign already. All right. Okay. A little bit of that already we have covered. So coffins over here. One coffin there. None over here. Actually, let me double check something real quick here. There we go. Yeah, so it would have been going... Yeah. Okay, yeah. Would have been going along this road. That makes sense. Yeah, that fits with the context. Still, they probably would have been easier to go down this way if they want to, but I guess you can make kind of a justification that you may as well if it's already all the way over here oriented and stuff. Yeah, we have a lot of that there. Have you played any notice to the place where you collect the Amber Starlight, the cutscene Trina's hideaway on the outskirts of Lingdale? I paid a little bit to it. There's a bit of a like Japanese mythology kind of like wrapped up in there. It's interesting in its own right, but I'm not doing a thesis on Melania or Mikola anytime soon, so I don't have like, you know, too much attention given to it at the moment. Yeah, so old Altus Tunnel and stuff there. Yeah, this is all Gelmir. Yeah, okay, I think we covered all the relevant shattering stuff. Unless there is something that I am absolutely just completely blanking out on, I think I've collected all the necessary screens relevant to it. And then I got a little bit of stuff to add to Godric too, because why not? Yeah, there's something in Weeping Peninsula we'd mention, or Limgrave, or Caelid. Like, because all the Caelid stuff, like I said, would go to Radon, Melania, who I haven't been working on for our thesis. Liurnia, the only thing was over here, and we got the last shots I need for that. Heretical Rise. No, yeah, I think the shot we have of that is fine. Oh, you know what? I can get another shot, though, of the marionettes, because there's one angle that I wasn't happy with. Let's go this way. And then we're wrapping things up. All right, there we go. Okay, that's it. Oh, quick question. If you go to St. Trina's Hideaway, quit out, and load back in, does text in the zone appear? Saw someone claim it worked. I do recall seeing that, but I've never tested it myself. It might just be for the network test or something. Or not the network test, the 1.0 version, but we'll see. I can do it real quick. It might also be like a very specific spot. And I'm not too familiar with coding, so I don't know how that would... Oh, really? That was too much? We'll do this, and then we're leaving, chat, because I have this doggo. Doggo clearly wants to play again. 5 more years of playtime. You get at it every time. All right. I don't want to loot anything, so let's make sure I'm away from anything I could accidentally grab. All right, St. Trina's Hideaway. Do you appear? Nope, still Altus Plateau for me. St. Trina's Hideaway. Do you appear? Nope. Okay, so if it happens, it's either really rare, it's only for a specific version, or there's a really particular spot. I'm not going to be bothering with that right now. I've got enough on my plate. Let's focus on getting Shattering out. So anyway, again, thanks to all the new people in doing so. You can check the link in the description for the website and all that stuff. Great having, you know, people to chat with and all that while I go through this wonderfully monotonous task of trying to make sure I apparently document every freaking square inch of this game. In the meantime, I will be getting the Shattering out. So hopefully we'll have that up and ready by tomorrow. Yeah, so... Whew. let us... Yeah, let's wrap things up here. Okay. Thanks so much, guys. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.